I just got up from a nap, so I'm kind of all over the place. We're already off apparently. That was quick. So let's see.
Kidding.
We're gonna have a standard, which means we're gonna do the escape sequence with Zelda, and we're gonna find a whole stash of Uncle's savings in Link's house here.
That's a good find. And looking at sprites, we got a Moogle, we've got a Maiden, we've got Link from another game, and Fusion Warrior running one that I do not recognize.
That is Cerno from Toho, and it looks like we had a very short map check on Koi's side here. I saw Top Hera being a 5/6 crystal, and Easton being a regular crystal. And we have a Cane of Burna start.
Yeah, of the weapons that we run for standard random weapon, Cane of Burna does not allow for a whole heck of a lot of farming for bombs due to the amount of magic use that is involved.
Oh yes, it takes quite a decent amount of resources to clear out enemies with the Cane of Burna. That said, there are some rooms that are very nice to go through with it, such as the dark room with all the ropes.
Well, we got arrows dropped on Fusion Warrior's side. That would be helpful if we find a bow.
Looks like, according to our trackers, Desert Palace was a pendant. Yeah, so our runners are gonna look at getting through this within, well, not within, but like around 6 minutes. Within is probably not that easy given the weapon we start with, unless we find something better.
Yeah, there are definitely much better weapons to be found than the Cane of Burna for standard random weapon. It's not even major progression, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. We already got the small key, so Dark Cross is definitely going to have something. Ben does have to watch it with magic. I don't think they can use Cane of Burna again without getting another magic pot, so they're going to have to use pots or whatever they can find going forward.
Oh, Fusion Warrior sadly runs out of magic here on this blue guard, so we'll have to die and reset in order to get enough magic. Koi juking the green guard there for to grab the pots to hit the ball and chain guard with. Takes 2 pots to kill him and get the big key.
Those were good moves.
Yeah. And of course there are some magic drops in the back of escape part, so it's not going to be too bad. Luckily for our runners, during the back of escape sequence, Zelda will provide us with a lamp. We do not get access to that lamp later on, just in the back of escape. Even if we do decide to go through the back of escape again for some reason, for instance, if we don't find any bombs, Fusion Warrior has one, by the way, so they are set on that front. We don't have to farm anymore. And we don't get it. Yeah, but if we don't find any bombs in the early on during this sequence here, and we don't get any gloves, because say the glove is in the back of escape, the only logical available glove at least, we'd have to go through the front. The push door is still open, unlike in the vanilla game. We can still go through it, but yeah, we have to go the long way, and that's not fun.
Yeah, it's something to bring up in chat. While Fusion Warrior did have a bomb, yes, those blue guards would die to 2 bombs, so using a bomb wouldn't work.
And it looks like Olhado, I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, found a bomb as well. So the bottom 2 runners are set on that front. Top 2 runners still looking for one. I assume they're gonna use Well, actually, Ben did not pick up the little magic drop that's right before this room. I assume Koi is going to clear it out. Yeah. Koi using a bit of charge for the Cane of Bruna. Sadly, I'm not sure if that little sliver of magic that Ben has left is going to be enough to take out the T-Red.
I don't think it is. So that's gonna have to be taking an intentional death to restart at this section. Or there's a pot right there, and I can be proven wrong.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I'm very unfamiliar with the magic drops in the escape sequence. So there are 2 small magic jars here in this water room. But Koi does take the lead, however. And neither Koi nor Ben have found a bomb. Sadly, it looks like Ben doesn't know that the keys cannot drop anything.
Yeah, at this point, well, let's see what is here. What did Koi leave behind? 20 rupees, and piece of hearts. So they're not missing anything, thankfully. But you best believe that's going to be at the back of their mind.
Oh yeah, that missing that those 3 items is gonna be staying in the back of their head the entire time until they find gloves. So luckily it's not that slow of a check, but still. So Koi coming out of the escape first. And we're gonna see Lumberjack ledge checks here from both the top runners, it seems like. Just arrows on the tree pole.
Not bad if we hit a bow. And the bug's vanilla.
Yeah, the Hoarder crab only with single rupee. Alright.
Speaking of vanilla.
Yeah. That looks like a piece of part up there.
It is. Oh, and Fusion Warrior just ran out of magic at the wrong moment.
Aw, man.
Are they gonna try the bomb or take the death? It looks like the death, although I think the keys or the rope would be a little faster.
Just some money here on the mushroom spot, so we're gonna drop into the thieves' hideout. More cash. Well then.
Yeah, the Cane of Burna opening is a tough opening. Not being familiar with how the item works can make this opening a big challenge. Ben and Koi are our first runners to get into Kakariko. And without having bombs, the way they're going to have... Wait, unless Ben's trying to gamble on there being bombs here, or is doing a north-south autopilot, which is something I've done myself.
Yeah, there's they found so much money that it's not going to be a problem to buy bombs. That
It's
said,
not, but
we found
Mir ran a loot in Blind's hideout.
and the back of the tavern held a sword for us.
This could be a loaded Kakariko.
Yeah, I mean, all of the runners will probably go have to buy bombs, so it's not going to be much of a problem here. Van's still opting to hope for a bomb drop in one of the chests that are available without bombs. Blue mail in the chicken hut, just some rubbish in the well, and we also got a chicken clip from Koi, so that's very good.
That's always fun to see, but there is a risk involved. That it's literally a frame perfect soft block, where if you pick up the chicken on the frame, then it moves, then like just stands there holding nothing over his head, can't throw it, and you have to save and quit. Meanwhile, Fusion Warrior is out of the escape sequence.
And we're gonna see what the back of the well and the hideout have for us on the Koi side.
Where you put the bombs, Gabe. Gabe, that's dirty.
Well, just to rub it in.
Dirty. Ben's not even checking the race game. He's using the flute to go right to South Shore. Well, that's a convenient spot for flippers.
Yeah, I can do the flipper checks right after this. Alright, what else did Ben miss? Oh, just the big 20. Alright, well, the two, those, or three bomb checks in Puerto Rico aren't really all that valuable. I mean, the blue mail is nice, but eh. And the other two were pretty much trash, so.
What is Ben doing?
Dodging arrows, I think. He's saving Mini Moldworm?
That's an odd move.
That's a really bizarre routing. I've never seen that before. Maybe he wants to do Zora like right off the bat because there's so much cash. I don't know.
I don't know. It could be an attempted galaxy brain routing, but the problem with that is it can backfire and blow up in your face real fast.
Oh yeah. That could have been like this chat pointing out. It could have been buying the bomb upgrade for the free refill, but no. We're gonna see Zora here.
Well, there's a fairy in a bottle on the ledge. I would definitely be grabbing that. Because Koi's gonna do the same.
We do not have a bottle yet, so just a big 20 on the race game, so. And I think there was a piece of art in the library if I saw it right, so. Lots of blue items in Puerto Rico.
Well, it is the village of the Blue Maidens, so it makes sense.
Actually, looking at it, we've only gotten blue items so far. We're gonna get a Desert Ledge and a Gina check here from Olhado. Desert Ledge, I think, was 10 arrows if I saw it right. So let's see.
Yeah, that was 10 arrows. That's nothing of importance. Koi is going to be giving us our mini Moldworm check.
Yeah, I presume that Koi... Ben is going up the mountain. Okay, sure. I assume that...
makes sense to me.
Yeah, I don't understand Ben's routing. We can ask him. Well, if we get an interview of them, we can ask them later what's going on, like what this early routing is. Maybe they're like just gambling.
Well, he's gonna want to go back to that mini Moldworm kit.
Oh, that's for sure.
He's a power glove there, and we have boots on Spectacle Rock.
Maybe that was the Galaxy Brain all along.
I don't know. Some things just aren't making sense to me right now. And not because it's a Monday either.
But did not check inside of Spectacle Rock at all. Neither for what the item is, nor the hint. Right, so top arrow is a 5/6 crystal, a unique item in plain sight. Ooh, that can be a lot of places.
Yeah, that could have been what we saw. It could be something altogether different.
I don't no, we didn't see any of the items. Oh, actually, it could have actually, yeah, it's probably the boot set. Duh. Alright, so Koi is going back to the back of escape here. We'll probably, after this, flew to Ice Rock Cave, and then the flipper checks, I assume. Koi usually a runner who prefers doing like whatever the game suggests with the item drops. So
Unique item on a stump. I'm wondering if that's referencing Stumpy.
oh yes, that hint is definitely something. Or maybe okay. Quake Medallion here.
Quake Medallion.
That's one of the two items, I think.
It is, and the island of Lake Hylia has the best boomerang.
Indeed.
Ben versus Smolder.
Yeah, with the fighter sword, this fight can be pretty nasty. Since we are gonna have the rage mode.
Fun fact, this fight was actually a phone controllers challenge for the Runaway guys at one of the conventions. Couldn't fall, though.
That's, I think, 6 hits with the fighter sword.
It is, and I think he's at 4.
Alright, and we're gonna see the Astro Cave here on Koi's side. And more bombs.
Behind where you need bombs. Game, you
Yeah,
are
Ben-
something else tonight.
Ben is just completely
And
avoiding
Ben
all of the
gets
bomb
knocked
drops.
off. Meanwhile, the hobo.
Yeah, the hobo had just a piece apart. Koi had been there earlier. Koi will now do the Zora Jex, and then probably also follow Ben up the mountain here. Unless Koi decides to do Sahasra's Closet first, which is also a possibility.
Fusion Warrior's about to get the boots.
And Rage Mode engaged. Just one more
And
swing.
Ben gets run over by Moldorm, and that's a death.
Painful.
But no,
Oh,
the fairy
we got the bottle. That's right.
saves it.
Alright, we're gonna see Spectacle Rock inside here from Fusion Warrior as well, while Ben keeps wrestling with Moldorm. Just
Fisher
a,
Price shield.
yeah, just Ben
Oh,
stretch
I was
shield.
almost the center hole, and Ben gets so.
Moldorm down. 5-6 Crystal and Compass acquired. I believe that means there's an item in the basement.
Correct. Item in the basement, and it's fire source locked, so Ben can't get that now. So Ben is probably gonna have to head out to Sahasrara, I would think.
I mentioned
gonna
that
do the sick kid.
I think Ben will probably finish up the various Kakariko checks that they skipped earlier. Oh, there's an ice rod on Sick Kid. That might be required. We don't know yet. We don't since we don't know the remaining 2 pendants, the green and I think it's the red pendant that we don't know yet.
Ben going for some bomb farming in the rodent hut.
I'm not sure why. Like, we got so much money that, you know, just buying a 10-pack, it would be a lot more efficient.
As Olhado gets hit their ice rod.
So Fusion, the only one who has not gone to sick kit yet, will have to go to Sora first. Sets up a fake flip. Did Fusion not do the dam? Hasn't done Mini Moldrum either yet? That's strange.
I do not understand this routing of skipping Mini Moldorm Cave. For me, that has always been a check to do 100% of the time in the early game.
Yeah, that's it's very rare that Mini Moldrum Cave doesn't have, you know, anything good. And this time it had a glove, so you know you do want to get that.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that because the lift upgrades are 100% required to beat the game.
The hint in Spectacle Rock about as useful as that shield. I mean, chat asking if they forgot about Mini Moldrum. I don't think so because they can fake flipper. You know, that's not something a new player would pick up, and do the hobo jump as well on that front. So you know,
anybody can forget a location on any given race.
Yeah,
I have forgotten locations before that one would think that you wouldn't miss, but you miss it. All I'm going to say is about that is this. Brain farts happen because we're human.
Maybe. Oh, okay. I think I get what they were doing now. Looks like they went to Flute to 8 first, and then they went westwards from 8. Since they're now doing Mini Moldrum, and I assume after this they might do Dam?
No, Ben did Dam earlier.
No, I mean Fusion. But Ben now also checking Mini Moldrum Cave. Will probably bite themselves now for leaving that glove behind. And Fusion, on the way to the dam here, will bite themselves as well for leaving those flippers behind and doing the fake flipper when they could have had the real deal.
Yeah, that just leaves the Eastern Palace area unchecked as Koi setting up a bomb jump gets it. That particular bomb jump, without dashing with boots, is a 2-pixel window. And quite costly from a time standpoint if you miss it.
Yeah, because if you fail it, you drop down 2 levels.
So unless you're really confident in your bomb jumping game, that one's not worth going for.
Yeah, so there's not many more options other than Eastern area. We haven't seen the Bonk Rocks yet, so those might hold whatever we're looking for. But it's more likely that it's either in Sahasrok's closet or inside of Eastern Palace. We're still looking for our Dark World Axis here, either via a second glove or a hammer, as well as the Moon Pearl that we definitely need.
Koi takes down Moldorm.
Indeed, gets their compass, and also realizes there is an item in that fire block basement. Let's hope it's nothing relevant for any of our runners, because we don't want to have a coffee break.
I don't think anybody likes doing Harrow without fire, but there are some seats where it just can't be helped.
Same with Thief's Town without Hammer. That's also one of those things you just don't, or Swamp without Hookshot. It's those things that you just don't want to do. But, you know, sometimes it just is how it is. Alright, so we're quite at first here into Sahasra's closet into the Eastern area. there's
and a moon pearl. We're in Dark World, baby.
Sasala holding out all the goods for us here. We do not get check where the green pendant is, but now that we have the hammer and a moon pearl, we don't need that. We can just go into the Dark World and do a map check.
Yeah, that Dark World access hit like basically an RKO out of nowhere.
And Koi immediately making a beeline for Hype Cave. You know, we should rename Hype Cave. It's been so unhype lately. Alright, so red pendant on Skullwoods, green pendant on Misery Mire, and the second 5-6 crystal was on Swamp.
You know, as Koi is doing Hype Cave first, if the hook shot is here, I just beeline it to Swamp. Just because you're right here, why not?
Yeah, and you can like immediately do the Pyramid Fairy there as well, along with those checks on the Pyramid Ledge and Catfish and whatnot.
But game said no.
Yeah, no hook shot for us here.
Just a bug net. Which, if this was Sword this moon, that would actually be much better because that'd be the best way to deal with Agony. But I digress.
Yeah, it is a 10 out of 10 Hype Cave though, because, you know, just owning the bug net makes us so swag. And Koi is going to do the 1000 Dark World here. He's going to pick up K45 and Stumpy, and probably the Dickon as well. Just a card container, rather than a piece. But we don't have all that much health yet, so Koi opting, you know, it's right there. Just pick it up. And let's see what the unique item Stumpy has for us is. Oh!
Flame on! That's the fire rod!
It's his weakness. Is he a robot master or something?
Now Koi's gonna go digging. 1 through 30 is our number for how many digs it takes to get the prize.
Yeah. And with that fire rod, we can clear out the entire Bench of Outcasts area. We can do Skullwoods. We can do Thieves Town. And we could go back up the mountain and do that basement. Just a lag meringue here. Koi opts to pick it up. Some runners do like having a boomerang for some of the utility it has, as well as the menuing, making it a bit easier to menu, because that inventory slot is filled.
As Elhado gets Hammer and Moon and Pearl, soon to be in the Dark World, then at the treasure chest game, and that's a red mail.
Looks like our runners are gonna be donning the Coward's Mail today, as some runners dub it. And we're onto Thieves Town here. 4 items in this dungeon. Only 3 of them can be in the front, but we already saw a small key, which means there can only be 2 more. Because one of these 4 chests guaranteed has the big key for us.
As Fusion Warrior gets the news about where the green pendant is,
We'll soon see themselves where it is. And there's that big key, so that means this chest here either has an item or a dungeon item. It's a second item. So a blue key and some blueberries in the front. Let's see if Blind is holding out on the goods much deeper into the dungeon.
quite possible. Although, in this situation, if Thieves Town were a pendant, I'd consider going deeper because you only got 2 items in the front. As oh, hey, the Sea House has a lamp.
Indeed. Yeah, so we likely will see the hint as well on this dungeon.
It's basically that. Fusion Warrior's first trip to Hera will also be their last.
The fusion has not done the hair yet, so they can pick up that fire locked item. It looks like Ben did not pick up the hint.
Ben's gonna be the first one to get into Myers' basement as Fusion Warrior gets the lamp. Ben's heading to get blind. What does the chest hold?
A unique item is what that chest holds. So, one thing that is to point out though is that Koi and Olhado, since Olhado has been following pretty much the same routing here, both have been basically been doing this about as optimal as it can get.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it. The way that things were set up for where you got the Moon Pearl and the hammer, that made a south to north check of the Dark World into Thieves Town very viable.
Yeah. That also means both of these runners are gonna be carrying the fire rod into Skull Woods. I assume that they will be checking those. Olhad already on it, doing Skull Woods before going to Thieves Town. This really comes down to personal preference. Do you like to do Thieves Town first, or do you like to do Skull Woods first? Obviously, Skull Woods is a pendant, so it's understandable if you prefer Thieves Town in this situation, but both are viable. Who gets grabbed by a wall mouse there? This room is a pain in the rear end without King of Samaria.
Just a piece of heart from blind, so Thieves Town only took a unique item off the board, which I bet is as bad as Olhado gets grabbed by the Wallmaster.
Yeah, this room is just, man, opts to just kill the Gyptos now. You know what? That's okay.
Actually killing one Gypto, register to kill on an incoming Wallmaster.
Yeah, the Wallmasters that aren't down work kind of weird, but there's another bottle. That's one of the two items here. Olhado opting not to go do the full back check and just do the front first.
Admittedly, dealing with Mothula and Fighter's Sword is not a fun time.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I assume Olhado is thinking, alright, so I found one of the items. There's a very good chance that the front part has the second one. So in order to not have to open up the backside and maybe even work Mothula out, I'll just check the front first, see if I find the second one.
Koi, on the other hand, is going to front first.
Yeah, since this is a pendant, you're gonna hope that you don't have to kill a boss for this, for the item. Setting up the bomb jump here.
Yep, Koi's going for it too. Who gets it first?
It's Koi.
Both be around the same time, and it's a compass. It's in the back.
Yeah, it's either in the back chest or on Mothula. It looks like Olhado is saying to themselves, I'm not gonna bother with this. And Koi, with the red mail, like I know Koi doesn't mind fighting Mothula so much, so we'll probably actually go for it, you know. It's a shame, he doesn't have tempered or golden sword, because if he did a spin on Mothula with one of those two, I could scold him for it.
Fusion Warrior goes down, but as a fairy.
And blind down for third of our runners. Olhado most likely going to go into Keystone after doing the chess game here. Alright, so we're gonna see a new check here from Koi. We're gonna see what the second item in Skullwoods is gonna be. It could be good, it could be trash, we don't know yet.
Going for the item before the moth. Interesting strategy.
Yeah.
Most folks do it the other way.
Well, that's usually if it's a crystal dungeon. You do the boss first and hope that the item is on there. With Skullwoods being a pendant, it's the other way around. You're gonna hope that the item is not on the boss, so you don't have to kill it. But it looks like the boss does have the item. And Koi accidentally used the ice rod there on one of the Gyptos. Oops.
Well, we know the stun prize from that. 20 rupees. This seed is loaded.
I mean, at this point, it's not exactly the stun price you want to see, but, you know.
Hey, if it were retro mode, that'd be perfect for arrows.
That's true, that's true. So, we're gonna see, we saw the Pyramid Ledge here on Ben's side after doing Half Cave. And it looks like they are gonna make a dip into Pod. Yeah, so with Fight a Sword, luckily, like, Koi does have a fairy still. But Hammer Mothula is not fun. Especially when these spikes are not cooperating at all. Wow, that is one of the worst patterns I've ever seen on Bloody Mothula. Wow, that's just fun.
Penalty flag for me and chat for Mothula and the spikes being rude as Koi eats it.
Yeah, sadly, despite having a red mail, the spikes still
Ben gets hit, has to go back for the monkey.
Yeah. Despite having red mail, the spikes still do one full heart of damage. At this point, it's like better to get hit by Mothula's projectiles over the spikes. But ideally, you don't want to get hit at all. But sadly, like Mothula is just hogging the ceiling now. But finally, Koi manages to take down the moth. Bombos? Well, that is a load item.
That is quite loaded, and there is a chance that could be needed for Turtle Rock.
Indeed, or perhaps even Misery Mire if we need to go in there. So that could end up benefiting Koi a lot, or it could be nothing.
Well, if anything, it helped make Cold Stare Phase 1 a bit easier.
Yeah, that's true. We saved some magic on it, and can use the Fire Rod a bit, but...
I approve of that. Anytime I've cave bombs, yes, I approve of bombing it.
And we're gonna see Eastern Palace here as well. I think that means Pod must have been bowlocked. I didn't pay attention. I was watching Quay try to slay Mothula.
Yeah, we both were.
Yeah, that was a very clutch fight. Big Key and Fish is the Pod. Thank you, chat. And we're gonna see the bonk rocks really quick while Quay's here. Just a piece part.
Actually, with the portal right there, I think Koi is doing the full Northern Dark World.
Oh yes, probably will. I think they checked Bumper Ledge and will now do Great Carrot Ledge and then Kingston.
It's very good routing.
Yeah, it's very convenient to do all of this. Looks like Fusion is gonna go up the mountain here, and the good thing is Fusion is coming up here with a fire source and a hammer, which means that they can do the eastern side and the basement item.
Well,
Silver
how about
arrow.
this? Silver arrows above the pose.
Yeah. Eastern Palace hint, very useful. Why, yes, Hintal, we hope for help, but you're a cruel, cruel game. So, this set of items, not progression, the only convenience with the silvers. That means Ganon is not going to be that much of a problem. Even if we're just a Master Sword, that will make it a bit easier. And good game knowledge here from Quetta that you can just swim over there and like jump off the ledge and swim over there. We're gonna see the catfish. Yeah, this is very good routing because Quaidan can do the pyramid and then go into pod from here.
And here's the catfish check. What do we got here? Oh, nope, he threw it the wrong way. Wanted to throw a boulder. Maybe throw something a little harder into the thing.
Piece of heart. Yeah.
Yeah, he got catfished.
Wait, hold on, Ben. What are you doing? You need a bow. This isn't Randomizer.
Yeah, this play makes no sense whatsoever. But I've seen a number of routing things tonight that have made 0 sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
There's gotta be a plan here in play, but
I mean,
there's
sometimes
no way to get past it.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just forget you don't have an item. Like that can happen to the best of us. I've seen it. Yeah, now Ben realizes, oh, I don't have a bow. Yeah, it can happen. But it's not too bad of a time loss. So, you know, but
Boys heading basement.
yeah, it looks like Ben is also going this direction. All right, basement. What do you have for us? Well, Fusion is onto Moldrum, gets bullied off the ledge right off the bat. Yeah, I really hate when Moldworm is like spawn camping this drop down.
Yeah, spawn camping is extremely rude. It can be Moldorm. It can be in an MMO. Don't be a spawn camper, because then you just look like a jerk.
Yeah, Moldworm is like the griefer in the MMO who just is like annoying.
Just a piece of heart.
Well, Tau Hera didn't hold anything for us, but with that hammer, we can finally go over and check the eastern side of that mountain. See if the Spiral Cave and the Paradox Cave have anything for us.
Basically 8 checks total over here, and you can do Spike Cave now too.
Indeed, we do have a Volcano Burna, and we got a bottle and whatnot, so that should be doable. Lots of parts as well at this point.
Yeah, there's some things you just don't want to gamble on. Like the last seed I was featured on, I went into Thieves Town without hammer. As soon as I got hammer, I just turned right back around, wound up coming up with the flute. Yet I wanted to be complete with my routing, so that's why I fire rod and hammer as well. Things happen. It depends on seed, but generally you don't want to leave checks behind.
Oh yeah, you definitely don't want to orphan any of these spots if you can. All right, Paradox Cave, the lower part or upper part, depending on how you look at it. And here, the 5 chest room with the mini moldarms. Easy peasy. Alright. There's a Masa Sword. That is something we need, but it's not progression. That, however, those Titan's Mitts are, so we can immediately go into Dark Death Mountain right off the bat. Like, Koi doesn't even do the bomb jump, just drops down, we walk out the door here, and then take the portal.
I still would have bomb jumped anyway, just to open the Turtle Rock teleporter. Well, I would have considered it even without Kana Samaria.
Yeah, the best you can do is just open it up and take the hints inside the lobby there, but... Then trying to keep the fairy, but she just...
Fairy's being a troll! Look,
yeah, Fairy just wanted freedom. Alright, Super Bunny Cave. Let's see here, that's 2 items, and then the first item in the Hookshot Cave as well, the southern chest. We found a shovel there. That might be useful. We don't know yet.
Or it could be used to bury seed afterwards.
Alright, our Turtle Rock Medallion today is Bombos!
Wow, that Mothula fight is 100% required! Damn! Dirty troll!
Yeah, Koi with the
dirty troll!
With the Galaxy Brain there. Just some bombs in the bonkable chest here. Wow. Blimey. Yeah, so Koi's gonna walk over, do the Spike Cave, and then say no more to the Dark Death or Death Mountain area until we get to Cane of Samaria. Probably, I would say, not with the mitts. This opens up Ice Palace for us. We also can do the My area, which is probably what Koi's next destination is going to be. And we also can do Desert Palace.
So let's see what direction we head in next. Well, the only reason I wouldn't quite go Meyer way is because you need Canis Smart. We don't know where that is yet. It could be there.
I mean, I mean, still can check the medallion that you need and grab the checkerboard and mire shed items. So, but it looks like Koi is not doing this and maybe doing the smiths first.
Not a bad play because it's not a dungeon commitment. And the random nature of the current randomizer makes this a good play. Now, if this were version 28, I'd be questioning it because that version of the randomizer was more dungeon heavy.
Yeah, so I was going to ask what Koi was doing going north, but just grabbed that full magic jar out of the tree. So, yeah, so we're gonna see the smith check here. We do not have the cane of Samaria or mushroom, nor do we have the powder, so the bat check is gonna be orphaned here. But we are gonna see the hammer pegs. Oh, and then we'll have to be careful here. One more fall and they're out.
And now we got all the medallions.
So
somehow the blacksmiths can make magical things happen as Ben takes
they're not blacksmiths, they're goldsmiths. Or minters. Oh, there's
the hook shot.
And Bombos also required for Misery Mire. So both of the other medallions completely useless. Looks like the Smith chain was a bust in that case. So, what we still need for Go Mode is the bow.
Oh, hey, that sword was helpful. Hey, that shovel was helpful. We just dug up a tempered sword.
Very nice. And it looks like Koi is making the play into Ice Palace instead. Alright.
Interesting is we got Fusion Warrior in the desert.
I would have at least done Marshan and Chapel first. But piece of card is not unfriendly. Well, thanks for that hint game that's like 500 NPCs. Could have been that catfish piece of art.
That could have also said Grumpy Fish in that case. Ben's hitting Checkerboard Cave.
Yeah, that's like 3 hints that can refer to Catfish or Zora for that matter.
Well, in this case, Zora had a full heart.
Yeah.
Nice Pen Gator 1 strat.
So, Koi is probably gonna do the bomb jump to the hookshot locked side. Will, of course, probably bite themselves for leaving that hookshot in the Mire Shed before doing ice. Alright. I think we've seen both items in the desert. I'm not sure, though. Fusion is floating away, which suggests that indeed we found both items. Oh, chat pointing out that that hint probably suggested that the hookshot is in the Mire Shed, or something of that sort. I didn't catch the hint that Quib picked up there.
Yeah, I didn't see it either, but chat brings up a point. we could have a pedestal seat here, because the pedestal is in play for that bow. It's not in play for Canis Samari. It is in play for the bow.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that bow is probably in its vanilla location, which is Untitled Rock, but
Bow is vanilla Eastern.
It's a joke.
I get you.
Unique item in Paradox Cave, that was the, what was that again? Something that we wanted. The mitts. It was the mitts, that's right. Yeah, the glove upgrades do count as unique items for the purpose of the hints. They do, that's the only upgradable item that does. Well, I mean...
And finding the compass right away says there's something on the side swamp.
I mean, Revolving Ocelot, one of our trackers here today, shout out to them, Revolving Ocelot and Mr. Broadstone. Thank you for keeping us on track. But, I mean, Trinix is Tunnel Rock, so, you know, that with my statement, that's not, like, excluding each other.
Let's see, of our 4 featured runners, Koi is the only one that is not in Swamp House. They're in Ice.
Yeah, and I think we already found 2 of the items in Ice Palace. Well, there's a bow.
Well, we just got some prime reading material, and the tablets are definitely in play.
I mean, that's another one of those loaded items, because if there's progression on one of the tablets, then this was another galaxy brain from Koi. But, you know, otherwise, Ice Palace seems to have been mostly a bust.
Speaking of bust, Koi is about ready to bust Cold Stare out of its shell.
Indeed, with the Tempered Sword and Red Mail and, you know, all that jazz, this boss fight is much of a challenge.
Not terrible.
Map. And looks like Ben is doing left side. As is Fusion. Yeah, that bow can be basically anywhere that isn't on Armos Knights, in Pod or in TP at this point.
Well, let's see what's over here. Jury's out as to whether that book means anything or not.
It does mean that Koi is going over to check the Marshat. We'll find their hookshot. And be happy about that. I assume they also will mirror over to Desert. It looks like the left side of Swamp had nothing.
Well, the one time you don't check left side Swamp and there's something there, you get burned.
Yeah.
Ben wants that fairy. Oh yeah, anytime you see a bow on Vitreous, that's just disgustingly rude.
Yeah, especially while you're holding the silver arrows, no less. And looks like Koi also is heading into Swamp Palace now.
This could be Bomba's tablet in this swamp, for all we know.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, I assume that Koi, if I was in Koi's shoes here, after doing Swamp, I would probably do Permit Fairy.
Yep, this is what I figured. Let's see what we got. Well, not bad. Half magic.
Yeah, it's not required, but it's certainly convenient. So we're basically fully decked out for anything that the game might be throwing at us at this point. And
Ben's gonna have the first crack at Argus.
Yeah.
Well, it's not going to be Pod, because Pod was a big key right away.
Yeah, Pod is bow locked. So the bow can't be there. The King of Samaria could, but then that would mean the bow can't be locked right. It can't be in Turtle Rock or in Victrix. On Victrix, that is.
And that would also kill Pedestal.
That's true. And now all of our runners in Swamp Palace. Then opting to Master Sword spins. Let's see what this boss is holding for us. A big 20. Huh.
So that puts the big key locked away in a chest.
Yeah, the big key locked itself away. That means it's down to Permit Fairy and Misery Mire for the checks that are likely to be holding something. Pot might, if you know the bow is on either of those two locations.
Well, Ben's going back in. Was the big key picked up and I missed it?
Yes, the bow could be on pedestal, provided we find the King of Samaria. But obviously, that is a check we can't do just yet because we need to kill the 3 pendants for that, and we still need.
And Ben realizes it.
Yeah, and we still need the King of Samaria in order to complete these pendant dungeons. So.
No, nobody's checked pedestal yet, crazy.
Yeah, only we found the book in Ice Palace. Only Koi went there, and that was after already having cleared Skullwood. So Koi is probably not going to do the pedestal check just yet. I think it's when there's like no viable options left. It would make a lot of sense.
Yes.
And
Right
Ben is
now,
gonna
though,
go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say Ben's gonna be digging it up, and it's worth mentioning for those coming in. Mothula is required because you need Bombos, and that's who's holding it.
Yeah, Bombo's required for both of the medallion dungeons. And Fusion Warrior is the first of our runners to carry the big red bomb to the pyramid. That's 2 of the items we're missing, or 2 of the locations we're missing rather. And King of Samaria or both could be in there.
Or none.
Or
Koi
not,
is going to have a
true.
much faster Argus fight by virtue of having the Tempered Sword.
Oh yeah. It's just I think 2 spins with the Tempered Sword as opposed to 4 with the Master Sword.
Yeah,
All right.
it's a very quick fight, and with Tempered, you have a setup you can do with the Fire Rod where you get 2 quick Fire Rods and a spin. You win in 1 cycle, and there's the Gate of Samaria. So the big bomb was required. Pedestal is 100% in play right now, but that bow could also be internal rock. I could see both those scenarios being possible.
Yeah, I imagine that the runners are going to do Treble Rock. Like Treble Rock's probably actually only Koi has bombos, so only Koi will go to Treble Rock. Now to think about it, everybody else will have to do Skull Woods first, and they probably are gonna try and do all the crystal dungeons before going into Skull Woods. Fusion Warrior, no, I think Fusion Warrior especially because Fusion Warrior picked up one of the 2 items there. Knows there's one more in there. And Koi is doing the spiffy bomb countdown screen transition thingy, where if the countdown of the big bomb reaches 0 as you go into screen transition, you respawn it in your toe. So that's a pretty cool little trick there.
So now that is the 64,000 rupee question. Where is the bow?
Alright, so Koi has bombos, has both rods, has the Cane of Samaria. He's gonna do Treble Rock. That is the most sensible play. It's a crystal dungeon. It has 5 items, 6 if you count the Mimic Cave as well. And the only crystal dungeon left that isn't logic, right?
True that. On another note, Fusion Warrior is busting out Quake Medallion strats to deal with these Pen Gators. It's a good strat to utilize when you don't have Tempered Sword. However, it won't work if the Pen Gator's in its jumping animation.
Oh yeah, we haven't seen the Ether Tablet either, but it's just 5 rupees, so not as useful as the half magic from the other one.
Yeah, still a bust in terms of looking for the bow.
We can buy arrows with that, though.
Not too many. Good point by Mr. Broadstone. We haven't been in Hookshot Cave, but something tells me that's going to be after.
Yeah, I can imagine Koi going either way. Alright, we're gonna see the Hookshot Cave check first. Nothing there.
Yeah, I would have had that as an afterplay. Green pendant not required.
That means if Misery Maya is tied to the ball, then it's not gonna be on there, at least.
See what's next on the Turtle Rock side. Key small, key big. Nice.
Bunch of keys. Oops, sorry about that.
Yeah, no worries.
Alright, so Turtle Rock, so far, none of the items I think found yet. Yeah, all
I
three
don't
of
see
the
that happening either. It's gonna be a while before they go there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, all three runners are in Ice Palace now. Very unlikely that any of them are gonna full clear Skullwoods before doing other things. Especially with the King of Samaria, Meyer also... Actually, he can't do Meyer without bubbles, I'm an idiot. Yeah, so actually Skullwood's not that far off. They have the King of Samaria, but they don't have bubbles to open up either of the Medallion dungeons. And so I don't think they're gonna take too long to find bombos at this point.
All the one-offs are checked outside of pedestal. And yes, the bow can still be on the pad. So here goes Koi for Mimic Cave. And the Mimic Cave is Powder. Now that it opens up the one-off we have not been able to check thus far. That being Batcave.
Indeed. So that's one of the fetch quest items we have been missing, the other one being the mushroom.
As Mr. Broadstone is shouting out my first broadcast, COCOM, DX Stewart, who used to sing that. Pretty sure he would too. And we got another fairy in a bottle.
Yeah, that's I think 3 of our 4 bottles so far. And we're gonna see a laser bridge coming up momentarily here.
And for those who missed it, Mothula had bombos, and that is at the back of Pennant Skullwoods. Gesundheit.
Oh, sorry, I thought I muted. Oh my god.
Hey, no worries. I've heard worse noises on stream. If y'all get my drift, leave it at that.
Yeah, it's my moth allergy. You brought it up.
This game will make anybody allergic to moths.
And Laser Breach was a bust.
So we've got 2 cold stare fights going on. Oh, auto clear. Fusion Warrior having a tougher fight due to having Master Sword.
If Cat asking if both map and compass were found, if you mean Eternal Rock, then yes, we found both. We found both of these items.
Uh-oh.
I think Fusion
Warrior best of the parry.
Yeah. Okay.
They do.
I think
That's one boss you don't want to die to.
Yeah, absolutely. If you die both,
Ben one heart,
and you have to go through the entire dungeon again.
That's at least a 3.5 minute time loss. And MG, that's a dead run. As Boy takes down Trinex. And there's the bow was on Trinex. The bow was on Trinex, folks.
Well, I guess Revolving Ocelot mentioned that earlier, and you know, I think Revolving Ocelot
and commentators curse for Fusion Warrior as they fall to cold stare. Ben is through.
Oof, yeah. That's a very unfortunate death there. That said, I think we should burn Revolving Ocelot because they're a witch.
For Halloween, as now Koi is our first runner in go mode.
Indeed. In 1 hour, 16 minutes, and some change. We'll do Pod and Eastern in one swoop, and then go straight to Gen's Tower.
Having a bow-locked pod in this situation, with the first chest being the big key, is the best case scenario here, because all Koi needs in one of those 2 chests is a small key. They can skip the entirety of the rest of the dungeon and go right to Helmasaur.
Ooh, and Fusion Warrior finds the Tempered Sword in the dig spot. Is probably not gonna be happy about this because, you know, that could have saved them the death on Coaster there. Yeah, of course, go-moding these dungeons, like, Eastern, not that much of a time save, but for Pod, especially since the big key is right here, oh yeah, we're gonna save a lot of time here. So now it's basically, it's Koi's race to lose, really. But between the other 3 runners, it's basically who goes to Skullwoods first.
That's a big question right there. Whoever goes there first between our remaining 3 is likely going to be the one that finishes it first of those 3.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot of and Koi just finds one small key there. Okay, just gonna skip the rest of the dungeon. But yeah, Koi will have to screw up royally in order to lose this at this point.
Oh, the one screw up that comes to mind that I pray to God don't see would be despawning the top again at this tower.
Oh, yeah.
I've heard of it happening, I've seen it happen, and you hate to see that happen.
Oh, absolutely. That said, I think Koi is savvy enough to know to not do that. That said, there could be a death at the top of the tower, which could equalize the times here. But not to jinx it, of course. That would be very unfortunate. But with 3 bottles, honestly, and like one of them has a fairy in it, and I think I saw Koi buying a blue potion earlier as well. So I don't think this is gonna be a scenario that's very likely.
Koi is not charging the sword. Doing that keeps facing. Maybe this is how they're comfortable fighting this fight. I don't know.
I think it's a little faster to not do it with the sword charge, but of course it's a bit unsafer. Personally, I like it. I like doing it without the sword charge myself because I find it a bit easier to maneuver. And Helmasaur rewards us with a compass. Why, thank you. Very generous.
Add 6 crystals for Koi.
Indeed, Koi will now mirror over. Already has the mirror out. Mirror over to Eastern, slay the Armos in light speed, and then onto Ganon.
Now it's Eastern. This'll be quick.
Oh yeah, blink and you miss it both for the dungeon and the boss.
But Koi hasn't been here before, so it's a hunt for the big key.
I think that one was pretty early on, if I remember right.
I believe it was.
And Fusion is going back to Skull Woods. That might be. Yeah,
this is the play.
This is the play.
Now, a way to clear that room out that Fusion Warrior's in is you can use the Ether Medallion to just KO everything in that room. The Jellies, the Gibdos, the Wallmaster, they all fall one shot from that.
I'm just surprised that Fusion didn't use the Cane of Sumerian? Oh, hold on, was Fusion here? Oh, it was Olhado that was here before. Right. I forgot about that. I mixed the bottom 2 up there. But yeah, I'm surprised Fusion didn't use the Cane of Samaria there.
While Olhado's heading for Desert. Might be on Ped, but we know Ped is dead.
Yeah, so... Oh, we're gonna see a pedestal check here, at least, from Fusion as well. Of course, with the book, that makes sense. Mirror bond there.
But that's the wrong side of the wall there.
Alright, and we're on to Amor's Knights here with Koi once he gets rid of that Igor there.
Yeah,
right, so this
stray Igor.
This is definitely a blink and you miss it kind of situation here. With silver arrows, those
Yeah, Couch Cash. Everybody can move along.
Speaking of Couch Cash, that was the reward for beating the Armos Knights. So Eastern Palace doubly so being a bust. Not even like anything, remotely useful, like, I don't know, the cape or something, maybe?
Anyway, it's time to start picking numbers, folks. 1 through 22, or the Ganon's Tower Big Key. I kind of got shoehorned into number 12 by my own doing, so I'm sticking with it. Maybe this will be the night. Who knows? I see some tile rooms in there. I see some 13, 14s, a 4. What are we going with, folks?
Indeed. Out of the 22 locations, only one can have the big key. And we like to guess where it is. Of course, even if we don't pick up the item that is on the torch, that also counts as a check for the purpose of this.
Wait, Fusion left Skull Woods. Oh no. That is gonna hurt.
Yeah. So now we're back to the point where it's gonna come down who goes to Mothula first. And at this point, Fusion and Ohado both found one item in Skull Woods already, so it's not a very attractive check to go back there.
No, it's not. Well, that half magic might help. Last chance on the big key guessing, folks.
As the stair descends,
Well, when it comes to who got to Mothula first, it's Koi. Koi's on first for this one.
Yeah, Koi entering Gan's Tower at 125.55.
Forced to go left, as it wasn't the first two.
Indeed. Hope Room.
Ohado back in Skull Woods. Hopefully goes all the way, as it's a small key. Sorry, Bob.
Koi, a very big proponent of doing Hope Room first, regardless of which route you take. And item check number 3, a small key on torch.
I always check Hope Rooms first myself.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because, you know, if it's not in Hope Room, then you haven't lost a lot of time, and but if you do find it, if it is in Hope Room, you know, at the off chance it is in one of those two chests, then and you go left first.
I gotta correct myself on something, folks. Stun prize was a 4-bomb drop. The stun prize we saw earlier was from getting frozen.
Ah.
Up to 8 now.
Indeed. But yeah, it makes a lot of sense because if it isn't in there, you don't lose a lot of time. But if it is in there and you do full left first, oh boy, are you losing a lot of time on that.
Yeah, that one hurts. So Ohado got grabbed by the Wall Master.
And that was check number 9.
Was it correct? 9.
You know what makes it even worse? That German is my native tongue, so.
I'm of German descent on my dad's side. Anyway, number 10, 20 rupees. Number 11, compass. Number 12, a heart piece. Number 13, 50 rupees.
Indeed, we're coming then up on Bob's chest, which is gonna be number 14. I usually like to guess 14, but it already was taken. So I was guessing, I think it was 9. Oh well.
Ohado is fighting Mothula. What's their reaction going to be when they see the item that drops once they beat this thing?
Probably relief. And Koi freeze bomb. Oh, I should have guessed 14!
Oh, wow, it was number 14.
That was Bob's chest, and see here, Lightyear guessed number 14. Congratulations, you win our admiration for getting it right.
As Ohado gets the Bombos medallion.
And you get a coupon to Mothula's Chili Den for the spicy bombos.
Big John opts to let others do commentary now. He still does commentary from time to time, but not as often. However, this week I can tell you that he's over at ESA.
And with the bombos in the inventory, Hado is gonna make the right choice and to Travel Rock. I mean, there's not all that much left anyway for them, but, you know. So Hado is our second run here, and we're to beat Ingo mode.
Now, Koi is using Fire Rod strats through Gauntlet. Interesting to note that the way this Stalfos died of Fire Rod is exclusive to JP 1.0. In the US version, they still burn up.
Oh, I didn't know that, actually.
Hey, neither did I until I was watching Lack earlier.
Yeah, a lot of the like little quirks that the JP 1.0 version has, mostly like all those glitches and tricks that you see people doing, like item dashing, hovering, etc. Those are all only possible on that.
Spin speed's another one.
Yeah. Just about anything, really, that is like one of those tricks.
You can still use hook shot through the block in the US version, at least.
Yeah, but you can't do the mirror to despawn the blocks, so that's exclusive to the JP version as well. And luckily with Half Magic, Koi does not have to conserve the Fire Rod all that much.
That's right, US version, you can still bomb jump and silver the scan, and it's very much still in play.
Oh yeah. And we are close to getting to Mulgrim 2 here. Just gonna pick up this magic, and then off we go. Of course, with the Tempered Sword, Mulgrim's not really a challenge.
Down goes Moldorm.
And the last chest here in the game, Moldorm's last possession, is going to be bombs.
That's ironic, considering we had to buy bombs in Kakariko.
Oh yeah, that's pretty much the perfect send-off to the seed. And we're gonna go into Aghanim 2.
See how the geometry is. Oof, tough pattern.
Oh yeah.
Eek.
This isn't much easier either, especially with the blue ball there. Oh my god. Aghanim is...
Oh gosh, this Aghanim being a troll!
Oh yeah, but we get a double here at least. And some somewhat decent patterns, but Koi does not get that one. Another blue ball. Wow, this Aghanim is rough. And all the other runners will have to face this same RNG as well.
Nice double there.
Yeah, one more shot.
Now
and
we're in a
goes.
good starting position.
Oh yeah.
Good Lord, Aghanim. You're being about as big a troll as a seed. A seed that put not one, but 2 required items on bosses. Oh, I agree with chat. Worst patterns ever. Definitely, without a doubt.
Let's hope that this the bad patterns don't continue with the teleports for Ganon here, who is apparently giving us a Spaceball reference.
Yep. Usually when I see that, I just look right at him and says, "It doesn't matter what that makes us." We do get a God corner, though. first item in Skull Woods wasn't really required. I think it was junk.
It was
The
a bottle.
second, yeah, it was a bottle. It was the second item that was required. The items that were on bosses. You had the Bombos Medallion on Mothula, which you needed to get into Turtle Rock. Then you had the bow on Trinex.
Yeah, this was a pretty rough logic. But Koei god routed this seed basically. I don't think there was any like major mistakes. The only thing that Koei could have done to save some time would have been to not do the Smith chain, and that's pretty much it. And I think that was the last. Oh no, okay, it was. Yeah, it was the last hit.
That indeed was the last hit, folks. We got bacon. Koei has finished off a seed that turned out to be a ginormous troll.
Yup. Get your GGs in chat as Koei finishes up here as first on the restream with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 36 minutes, and 20 seconds. Apparently, their SRL time got improved there as well by 22 seconds. So congrats.
Yep, that's a 42-second PB. Congrats on the PB, Koei. Our finishers overall: Selga Descent first, 130.05. Second, Cassidy Mon, 132.06.
Indeed. It looks like Koei is joining us here as well. GG Koei.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
GG, that was a well-played seed all around. You definitely had the galaxy brain routing all of the restream. You were the first one to beat Mothula. And when we realized that Bombos was required, we knew that you had the inside track.
I mean, mostly I was just playing, like, really safe. Like, I probably would have done, like, the other pendants if they had just been in the way, right? The only gamble I made, like, the whole seed was not getting that last item on left side Swamp. But I was like, one item from Go Mode, I had Hookshot Cave and Turtle Rock. It probably wasn't Swamp.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just remarking earlier that, like, the only thing that you could have really done to, you know, save some more significant amount of time would have been to not do the Smith chain and not go up, not beat Tower of Hera. So that was, or like early, that is. That was pretty much the only thing.
Yeah, no, I did the Smith chain because mostly because I didn't want to do Ice Palace.
Yeah,
like that was my main
reason
for, like, well, I mean, the myths open the Smith chain too, you know.
Yeah, like, but funnily enough, you were also the first into Ice Palace, so you know.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just played really safe this seed. I just did everything that was on the way that I possibly could. Like, I went back to Hera and did the Hera basement. You know, I killed Mothula, like, as soon as I could. Just because I had the Fire Rod and I was there. Like, I wasn't expecting to find progression. I just kind of hoped, you know?
Well, that hope paid off. Yeah, that was, man, this was a... With King of Samaria was in Pyramid Fairy, and then Bombos on Mothula and Bow on Trinex. Wow. That's a pretty mean logic there.
Yeah, this seed's logic was certainly nasty, as Ben just got the Bombos medallion. Fusion Warrior soon to get it, Olhado in Go mode.
Indeed.
I thought it was a nice seed.
Of course you would with, like, 1 hour, 36 minutes.
I mean, the majority of the time when I'm playing Link to the Past, I'm playing seeds that my viewers have given me, right? And they like to give me stuff that's extra bad, you know? So, like a normal seed like this with, like, one item and one pendant dungeon, that's like, ooh, that's nice.
Yeah.
I like it.
Hey, that's fair, especially if they've been giving you trolly seeds. Like, there's some folks who do that to some other folks I know, but I won't get into that now. But yeah, At least this was a good seed in that regard.
Oh yeah, some people like fermenting, others with bad seeds. But yeah. So I mean, I feel like other than that chain of Cane of Samaria, bombos, and the bow, I feel like the seed was actually pretty quick and not very offensive either. It was most of the items were pretty easily accessible out there.
Yeah, I mean, like for me, like not having to double dip pot and Eastern was like oh, thank God, you know. I hate the early Eastern dip. So when I found Dark World Access in Sahasra, so, you know, I had no issue just skipping Eastern at that point, and it ended up paying off. Like I got to single dip it and go mode it even.
How do you
got to double go mode it, and that was a pod set up for go mode too. I might.
Oh yeah, it was a really nice go mode pod. Like I could definitely see somebody like going pod earlier than I did, and finding nothing at all, and getting real tilted by it.
I mean, the pod was Bullock though, so
yeah, but everybody does the potion camera on
there. Not me, I don't know that one.
It's a really useful for tech for rando. It would have been horrible in this seed though.
Oh yeah.
But that goes for any sequence break you do. Sometimes they punish you really hard, sometimes they let you skip entire dungeons.
One sequence break I saw let somebody skip pedestal one time. It was fake powder, by the way.
Oh, fun.
And Fusion Warrior into Mothula now as well, the last of our Restring runners here to be getting their bombos. Has to be careful. Already on pretty low health here, but takes the Moth down.
Just a quick update on who's finished since Koi is wrapped. Try next with the 4th place time of 1:38.49, and Salty Fry right behind him with a 5th place time of 1:39.35. GG's all around.
GG's to all of you.
And Fusion Warriors just destroying Skullwoods with bombos. I love it. I love it.
The frustration bombos. But will likely be looting over to 1, yeah, and is gonna go to Turtle Rock as well. That is indeed the play. Meanwhile, Ohado is taking down King Helmasaur and will then shortly after mirror over to the Sun Palace to pick up their last crystal. So Koi, how did you feel about having to do Fireless Hera early on?
Uneasy, I guess.
Uneasy? Okay.
Yeah. Like you don't feel good about it, but like I just got I have the sword. I'm right there. It's a crystal. Like might as well, right?
Mm. Yeah.
It's just unfortunate that there was a fire locked item.
Yeah. Because you always hope to not have to go to the basement, or if you do, then that there's the big key there, so everybody has to go there if it's a crystal.
I imagine it was pretty common for people to.
Oh yeah. Everybody, I think, went to the basement of Hera. That is like by this point hunting for the bombs with them, and of course the ball. And yeah. I think the only one who went up there after finding a fire source though was Fusion Warrior.
I feel really good about this seed though. Like I was saying, I played really safe. I didn't leave any stone unturned except for that one item in Swamp. Like Cassidy put his collection rate in his comment, and like mine's like 20 higher, but he finished like 4 minutes before me. So like I feel really good about that, you know, because it means that I had like really efficient item collection. I mean, like if I want to get like first and second place, obviously I need to make more gambles, but I'm very happy with a third place finish. Like a lot of these guys finishing after me they're players I definitely consider to be better than me.
Yeah, sometimes.
That's random, right? Like sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes
I was just about to say that's sometimes how random goes. They're like, sometimes you just make the wrong place, and sometimes you make the right place, and you certainly did mostly do the right place. So.
I did all the plays.
All the plays.
Everything I could.
I think you even given us a pet check, so you know.
But yeah, much love to Speed Gaming and you guys commentating, and the trackers and everybody watching on the restream. I have to go back to playing really horrible seeds now.
Okay.
So just a heads up to the restreamer to cut me off, unless you guys want to watch my Agaped seeds.
All right.
But thanks, guys.
Thank you as well for joining us and for running for us, and hope you have a nice evening.
You too.
Was Koi. Meanwhile, we have Ben bombosing the mimics and not having much success here. I didn't know you could bomb them though. That's interesting. We have Olhado making the climb up to Ganon's Tower after having beaten Eastern. While Fusion on the heels of Ben here, just coming into TR. Alright, let's see here. If Olhado opts to do full left first, then is gonna... That's the fast... No, actually, no, that's not the fast. Picking up that key from the porch and then going full right would be a fast attack. But that would be a very weird gamble. So I assume that Olhado is gonna do the standard routing of Pope Room, then left side, and find that 15 Bob's chest. And Pokey just fleeing Fusion there. Okay, we got it. Oh, looks like Olhado is going full left first, huh? Unless they're doing Dark Magician strats, or Pink Magician strats, I guess. That could be a possibility. Alright, let's see. Is are they gonna kill the Stalfos or pull out a mirror? Okay, they are killing the Stalfos, but somewhat unconventionally using the Ether Medallion. Of course, I mean, it's comfy, you know? Don't have to worry about them dodging your swings. And while Olhado is traversing GT and the other two are into the rock, let's see here. We had I think we had Salted Front 5th. So, but just reiterating, Salted Front 5th, Duran in 6th, Keisei in 7th, Etium in 8th, and Roland Tunkier in 9th. That's our finishers so far. And Zalgadistan, our first finisher in the restream, not in the restream, but in the race overall. Here in chat, GG's to you as well. Ohado now in render room, so we'll be picking up their big key momentarily and go into the gauntlet.
Yeah, that was definitely the routing to take for this particular seed. Not touching COD Eastern until you hit go mode. It was how the seed wanted you to go about things. Basically, the seed was a hybrid of modern seed routing with some version 28 dungeon diving. Fusion Warrior, drinking that red potion. Hopefully red Gatorade to stay hydrated, because this past weekend was super hot.
Oh yeah, I hydrate more than enough. It's warm, and I'm basically constantly sipping my water bottle. So yeah.
So old
Ben
man
takes-
Sunshine has wrapped up the top 10 with a 151.56.
Indeed, while Ben took down trying to get their bow and is now going to go straight to the pod eastern area. Fusion not too far behind is on Laser Bridge right now. Gonna use the Cane of Burna there to get those items. Other than that small key, sadly nothing really of value there. Meanwhile, Ohado in the gauntlet is just gonna say, you know what? I may as well just use Ether on these runes. I don't have the patience to do this. And yeah, with those Stalfos jumping around and being a general nuisance, you know, why not? Alright. Yeah, with 1.5 pots left, powdering this fairy, or bunny beam rather, makes sense for the fairy. Of course, that means using the powder on that bunny beam messes up the sync of the Lunmolas there, making them spawn in before, so they come out a bit faster. And down Blanmo 2 goes. Some of the runners here having a conversation in chat. I like Atium's statement that the seed was screaming to go to the rock, but only whispering about going to Skullwoods.
If you did not pick up that whisper of go to Skullwoods, this seed was a nightmare.
Oh yeah. The Skullwood's Whisper. Uh, and then heading into the Armos Knights. They opted to Eastern first. I think they already dived it earlier, so they already had the big
I hope Fusion Warriors got a fairy. Oh, yep, they do.
I think they also took the safety door, so it has to be careful here. And down goes Trinix. Meanwhile, we have Olhado coming up on Molworm 2.
No idea where the fourth sword was, by the way, for those wondering.
Oh yeah. There are plenty of locations we haven't seen, though. There was Misery Mire.
Yes, Fusion Warrior is lighting a bombos. Is that for spin speed or just frustration? Frustration.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that.
We haven't seen the mushroom. We haven't seen Mire. So could have been any of those spots. And of course, we haven't seen a big chunk of Genistar either.
Yeah, it could easily be in Pod. I could see that happening.
Yeah, Pod has a
nice
good amount
double.
of
Nice double by Olhado there.
Yeah, Olhado having a much better time with these crappy patterns that Aghanim 2 is giving us today than Koi did earlier.
It's a very good Aga 2 from Olhado.
And we're onto the big pig with him, or them rather. Pod and Eastern, or the other two. Ben just has to complete the rest of the Pod here, while Fusion Warrior will have to do both. Just a little bit behind. Already cleared Eastern though, so we'll just have to go to the boss there. And of course, already picked up that big key as well, and opt to not go the left room there. And we're on to phase 3 on Yannin's with Olhado here.
Ben is full clearing Pod? I'm confused.
I'm not sure about that either. Maybe they think they're not in normal yet?
Maybe they don't recognize it's a go mode. It's possible.
Olhado missed that scenario there.
Yep, that shot just trailed a little too high.
Well, there's our third shield, I guess.
And Olhado finishes Ganon off with a double. We got more bacon for y'all.
And Olhado
going good.
Olhado finishing GG's to them in 11th place with an official SRL time of 1 hour 59 and 26. Just scraping by getting the sub 2 there.
Yep, in before the lock on the sub 2, and it's second place overall in the restream. But now it is a race between Fusion Warrior and Ben for third, and right now Fusion Warrior has the inside track. Go moding pole.
Yeah. I would have said Ben has the advantage, but since Ben is full clearing pod, you know, The Fusion Warrior has ample time here to catch up, complete pod, and Eastern. Because Fusion will make a beeline for the Armos Knights, and Ben, I think Ben is realizing that they're in go mode. I think he just missed that we're in go mode. Something like that.
Yeah, that or got lost in the maze. Either way, it happened.
Helisaur is
now it just struck them.
Yeah, I think they picked up that chest just in case, it could have been a sword or something. It was like, I may as well pick it up. But, yeah. Alright, so now it's a race. Ben still has to go through the back of pod there, go to the boss. While Fusion Warrior will have to clear Eastern.
Interesting strategy there. Might not have known you can fire an arrow through a small gap to hit that switch from there, but that's okay. Oh, big point by Ocelot there. Fusion has to go back in the ice.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Yeah, because of that death. Oh, man. That is... Yeah, I totally forgot about that.
To be fair, I think we both forgot about that until Ocelot said something, and then I looked at the track.
Yeah, dying on Coldster is probably by far one of the worst deaths you can have in this game. I think the only thing that could be worse is dying at the top of Gannis Tower before killing Aghanim 2.
Yeah, those are definitely the two, because the former you lose about 3.5 minutes. Now, I couldn't tell you the timing off the top of my head, however, the timing for dying at the top of Ganon's Tower, I want to say is about a 5 to 6 minute time loss.
Yeah, you also have to do all those boss fights again, Lamo 2 and Moldorm 2.
Actually, no, you don't have to do Moldorm 2 if you open the chest.
Oh, okay.
Didn't open the chest. Does that become a problem?
Okay, I actually did not know that. That's cool. 4 minutes with good execution, Axiom says. Yeah. And Ben is onto King Helisaur here.
That Ben is on their way to GT. Fusion Warrior having to go back to Ice Palace. So now it is definitely Ben's race to third. Race for third to lose, excuse me. Still, Ben is taking a bit of a longer route to GT. Realizes it now is heading the other way. So that fourth sword is likely right side GT, big chest, or tile. Jeez, wouldn't that be a nasty place for a required sword? I could see that happening in a Plando tournament too.
Did we see the big chest of pot actually?
Nah,
'Cause,
I think Ben bounced.
Yeah, Ben did the dark mace, but not the big chest. After realizing they were in go. Oh, okay. Old Man Sunshine did check the big chest and pot. Okay, that makes sense.
Now for something to plug here is that there's a live event coming your way. Speed Gaming is hosting a live event October 24th through the 27th in the Washington, D.C. metro area at the old stomping grounds of GDQ. Tournaments of A Link to the Past Rando, Ocarina of Time Rando, Mario Maker 2 will each have their own prize pool, plus additional tournaments of other games, including Mario 1, Mario World, Mario 64, Super Metroid, and Zelda 1 Rando, with prizes, plus a marathon with open submissions that I believe, and someone correct me if I'm wrong here, aren't those games getting announced soon? Actually, in this case, I think Dark Magician would have saved time in GT. Thinking about it. First try bomb jump. No Fusion Warrior fall.
And we have Ohado joining us here for a little chit chat. GG's.
Hey, thanks. How's it going, guys?
Yeah, GG. That seed did it dirty that you would typically see in version 28. Required bosses holding items in edit dungeons.
Yeah, that was brutal. I tried following the item logic early in the game, and I just kind of stopped around the time I got Fire Rod, apparently.
Yeah, you actually did go into Skull Woods and you cleared everything except for the Fire Rod locked portion.
Yeah, I really wasn't. I typically don't do the back of Skull Woods that early, and I wasn't thinking about the fact that I had the rod at that point.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, Fighter Sword Mothula is not a fun fight, because as somebody who has played Swordness, I can tell you, it is not a fun time.
That's true too. I did have the fairy bottle, I think, at that point, so it wouldn't have felt too bad, but yeah, I still would have been kind of nervous to do that fight there. That is one of my weaker execution bosses.
Yeah, Mothula can be a bit rough. So it's really understandable, especially with just Fire Sword. It's not something you really want to do.
Yeah, and leaving one item in a pendant dungeon I felt like was a pretty safe play, but, you know, that's rando for you.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I mean, I still think that other than the Bombos and Mothula and Bow on Trinix and the Somaria and Pyramid Fairy, I think it's a pretty decent seed overall. I mean, you did still clinch out the sub 2 as well, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was surprised by that for sure. No, I imagine Zelga or anyone who did, I feel like they probably had Bombos pretty early. If I had, I definitely would have done Turtle Rock at my earliest chance, and could have easily shaved 20 minutes off of that.
Oh yeah, that hunt for Bombos. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's worth noting that Zelda avoided the Pod Eastern area entirely until they hit Go mode. So that was basically the routing this seed wanted you to do, was to avoid that area entirely until after you had everything else needed to beat the game.
Yep, and I wish I had done it. I put it off as long as I could, and then I went there just for the item density when it was really, all I had left was back of Skull Woods and Desert Palace, I think, at that point.
Yeah, this seat certainly was a thing that kept you on your toes. I mean, yes, Extreme Turtle Rock, but it was also saying, hey, don't forget Skull Woods. I mean, I've been playing this rando since I want to say version 21, where dungeon density really started becoming a thing. Yeah, it was definitely a throwback to those days. In one sense.
Yeah, it didn't help too. Like, my execution was really sloppy tonight. Not that that would have really saved the routing itself, but there were a couple things, like, I skipped a couple things by accident early on because I had some family stuff going on around me and was a little distracted, and I kept getting grabbed by the wall tullas or whatever they're called in this.
Wallmaster.
Wallmaster, yeah.
Yeah, Wallmaster. Those were so frustrating.
Ben might want to throw the boomerang up here because he's kind of stuck. He's just going to mirror.
I mean, it's just like a room up, so, you know.
Not the worst, but yeah, having distractions around you while playing rando can be really tough. I would know this because I have to stream in a common area myself, so things do happen around me. But hey, it happens. So hey, no worries. Next time, pretty sure it'll be a seed that you'll crush.
Yeah, and it was fun, like, my first time on Restream, so, you know, I guess hopefully I can only do better next time.
Oh, for sure.
Alright, well, thanks, guys. Thanks for casting, and thank you to everyone tracking. I'm going to go jump into another race that just opened up. Good luck to everybody who's still going.
All right,
good luck
thanks.
Thank you for joining us. Good luck on that race, and see you around.
Yep, have a good night.
You too, GG.
GG's.
Good luck in that other race.
Thank you.
All right. So we are on to Cannonball Room here for Ben, while Fusion Warrior makes their way over to GT. Ben has a pretty commanding lead here as he enters the gauntlet.
Meanwhile, a couple more finishers. This is not Yo-Ho. Finishes in 12th with a time at 2:04:03. And Barbecue Sauce took about 6 minutes off the race PB with a 2:04:51.
GG's to them as well. So after this race, there's a race that also started at 9 p.m. of the SMC3 Randomizer hard mode community race over on Speed Gaming 3. But other than that, like other than those two races, that's gonna be it for us from today. We're gonna be coming back with the ESA tournament room stream on 6 a.m. Tomorrow, Eastern time. And yeah.
Not sure what's lined up there, but I can tell you what is lined up for tomorrow. 8 a.m. also has Final Fantasy.
There's a lot of stuff coming up tomorrow.
Speed Gaming's 2 through 6 to be determined. I say that because Speed Gaming Main is going to be live from the ESA tournament room. 12:30 and 1 o'clock, 2 different Diddy Kong racing matches, while 2 o'clock will be the next daily race, open race. 3 o'clock has Link's Awakening Warpless, which is getting a remake on the Switch, and on a side note, a game I've played since I was a kid. A lot of fun that is. 8 o'clock also has another Diddy Kong racing matchup. 9 o'clock, we get 2 things going at the same time. the Zelda 2 Rando Weekly Race Standard Swiss Flags, and tomorrow's 9 o'clock daily race. Oh Lord, is it going to be a doozy? Hard all dungeon key sanity. That is going to be nuts.
Oh yeah, there's a
Every time-
reason. There's a reason why that mode is called Key Sanity.
Yeah. Cross keys is the worst version, but hard mode all dungeon just key sanity. Well, check your sanity at the door. That's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
The only other thing tomorrow is at 10:20, and that is the new Super Mario Bros. DS any percent glitchless tournament race. That's got some good movement tech. So yeah, lots of good stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, keep your eye on the schedule to see when to see what channel this is going to be on, and perhaps there might be some other things that are coming up there as well that aren't on the schedule just yet.
As Ben gets trolled armed again.
And Fusion is about to find their big key.
As Ben takes another troll dorm, and getting troll dormed here can be dangerous because there's spikes below you. Gets the spin. Could use Kate if they have trouble, but nope, gets a second spin, wins.
And we did find where the fourth sword was. One of the other runners that weren't on the restream, Open Sunshine, checked Meyer for us, which had the fourth sword, so nobody was getting that one.
Oh God, no. By the time, unless you were going for a blind pet pull, you were not getting that.
Or you made a complete routing snafu there. Yeah. And Aghanim 2 here for Ben.
Good double. Nice.
Ben pulling out the swagnet here for a moment.
I don't blame him.
I mean, at this point, might as well show up, right? Yeah, since the bugnet comes out with a bit of delay, it's actually a little tough to reflect the shots with it. Still easier than with the hammer, that would be the other option in Swordless, but yeah. Takes down Aga 2 here.
Yeah, neither option in Swordless is easy. And when I first had my first Swordless match, one of the things I practiced heavily was Aga 2, both with hammer and the bug net. As Ben sees the Spaceballs reference, that is pretty goofy to see the enemies transformed after using Quake.
Oh yeah. The one thing to note though is that Ben does not have comp magic, so we'll have to be a bit careful there with fire rod shots. Shouldn't be like much of a problem, but you know. Ooh! Oh no! Fusion! Please tell me you have a fairy.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
okay.
believe they do.
Ben still has a blue potion there, as well as a golden bee, which is very important. phase 3 here, while Fusion is on Mulan mode 2.
Nice torch glitch by Ben.
And there we go. That's one hit.
First hit.
Mulan mode 2 goes down with Fusion.
One to go.
And
That's gonna do it. Ben's got him. More bacon.
indeed, GG to Ben. Will have to cross the bridge. Manages to do so. And with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 21 minutes, and 25 seconds, Ben finishes in 14th and improves their race personal best by 4 minutes, 3 minutes. Congrats. GG's.
Yeah, GG's on the PB.
Meanwhile, Fusion Warrior is in the torch room here.
I believe Fusion was stalling there to make sure they did not despawn the top of the tower.
And we have Ben joining us here for a little chat. GG's Ben.
I just want to thank everybody for the commentary. I just didn't expect me to play that badly. Really tired. But honestly, it was a lot of fun. I'm surprised I finished. I made so many mistakes. Like, I forgot so many items as well. Anyway, what did you folks think?
Yeah, GG. Hey, honestly, everybody has an off seat from time to time. It happens to all of us who have ever played any form of any randomizer out there. Anyone who has done a speed run, everybody has an off performance. Believe me on that.
Thank you.
I do have 2 questions for you, though, Ben.
Sure.
The first question is, did you just forget you were in Go mode when you were in pod?
Yep.
All right.
Well, basically, I forgot that I had the big key.
Oh, you were looking for the big key. Okay.
Yep. I forgot why that dungeon was locked. I don't know, I just assumed I got a dungeon map or something. I could have swore that I needed the big key, but yeah, that was mistake 1 of 100. It was pretty hilarious. Tilted me hard.
I mean, okay, that makes a lot more sense that you were looking for the big key and I forgot you had got it already. That's right. The second question I have, though, and that's a lot more pressing because that's kind of troubled me since the start. What the heck was the routing in the early game?
I'm not sure. I was looking for bombs. The bombs were something I was looking for ages. I should have just went to the shop.
Yeah.
But it's sunk cost fallacy versus committed. And I was always trying to find that, balance. So I don't know. This whole seed was actually quite generous, but I played so badly. Like that.
We were really confused because you went to the flipper checks, but not all of them, and you skipped most of Kakariko, and we're a little confused on that. But I guess some cost fallacy, yeah. You really didn't want to pay for those bombs, huh?
I'm not even sure. This is the thing. I'd streamed like 8 hours today, and I was so determined to do this. And about 5 or 10 minutes in, I realized that my brain wasn't working. So, yeah, normally it wouldn't be this bad. And I think this seed, like I say, was pretty good, other than having to go to Skullwoods, which I actually went to anyway, and kind of got lucky for the medallion.
And yeah, Old Assumption in the chat there bringing up if you're looking for bombs in the you know the little dig spot area, the bushes south of it, there are like 2 or 3 bushes that have a 50% chance of dropping a bomb.
Wow, 50%. Yeah, I need to look into this. I've only done like 2 or 3 this year, maybe, and I've done a bunch before, but I don't know, I had a good seed yesterday and just assumed that it would be okay, and it didn't really work out like that, but yeah, I'll have a look at some guides. Appreciate that as well.
Yeah, there's 2, I think it's 2 bushes, maybe 3, and you can reset them by just going back up into the dig spot area.
Good to know.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming I came 4th on the restream.
No, we're
no.
still going.
Yeah,
Fusion
we're still-
Warrior.
You came in 3rd. Fusion Warrior died to Cold Stare, sadly, and that's what broke their back on that front.
Yeah, I had a lot of fairies and bottles, and at the end I was just so determined to finish. I was like, I'm getting 2 blue potions, I don't care. And I actually needed both of them as well. Okay, I'm gonna tune into the restream and have a look. I was telling people in Speedruns Live, you cut me if needed. I was assuming I might be an hour after. But yeah, I'm gonna have a look.
Nah, usually at this late hour, they don't do that. They'd only do that for, say, if there was something else coming up, like in the afternoon. As Fusion Warrior has unleashed a bee on Ganon, unfortunately, that bee is doing absolutely nothing.
Oh yeah. And in regards to the cutoff, like sometimes, like even if there's nothing coming up super soon, sometimes we do the cutoff, but you know, it depends on the situation. Usually it's when like the trackers and commentators have to go, because they don't have as much time allocated. Ooh, Fusion will have to be very careful here. He's into phase 3.
Now, looking at this lag that I'm seeing, it's like Super Mario Maker 2 multiplayer.
Half Magic wasn't Bombo's
Some of y'all
tablet.
know what I'm talking about when I say that.
Half Magic wasn't Bombo's tablet. Since chat is asking there. I think everybody but Ben got that one.
Yeah.
Ooh, looks
Oh. Gets the bee off the screen at least.
Yeah, at least the bee gets back into its nest. But
Oh,
it's
out of
out of
magic.
magic. Yeah, it's out of magic, sadly. So we'll have to take the fall. And yes, they did recatch the bee.
That's a new one.
Yeah, sadly, well, honestly, at this point, I would probably just mirror and fly to 2 and grab a couple of potions there. And it looks like that's exactly what Fusion is going to do.
Yep, this is potion time.
Releases the bees.
Release the Beator!
Can I think maybe I think that maybe Fusion didn't want to leave the bee alone with Ganon there, and that's why they recaught it. Alright. Gonna get all 4 bottles filled up with blue goo. Get a kiss from the little apprentice there. And off we go. For final showdown.
Yep, one final showdown. It's the final countdown.
Needs to relocate their portal. Because the portal's right underneath the gate there. And off we go.
Yeah, I'd lost sight of that portal for a moment myself.
Alright, Ganon. Now it's time for you to go. For once and for all. At least for today. Of course, having re-entered the fight, the RNG is different now. Before that, it was the same for all runners, but of course, when you re-enter or die on Ganon, it is a different one. So this might be easier or harder for Fusion Warrior to deal with. Already, we'll have to be careful because he's already pretty low in health. Even with Red Mail, Ganon deals a lot of damage. And we are gonna see lag strats. No B this time though.
So, third sword was at the dig spot. The fourth sword was in Misery Mire itself, which, unless somebody was going for a pedestal blindfold, nobody was extracting a sword from there.
Or maybe thinking it wasn't all dungeon seed.
Yeah, this Ace, it would have been an oops all dungeon situation.
Oh no!
Oh no, the bat slaps Fusion Warrior off. Oh gosh. I have lost tournament races to that very scenario. Not
Oh
fun.
yes. Oh boy. Old Sunshine mentioning that sometimes you just gotta finish a seed just out of spite, and that is true.
Through that.
This is going a lot more swimmingly than the earlier one. And we're on to phase 4. Let's one hit. Get a double? Oh, nice double there. Just one more hit, and we're good. You can do this, Fusion.
No! This is becoming quite painful.
I shouldn't have said anything, should I?
Nah, sometimes you just have a very bad time at one part of the game. And
Oh, yeah.
unfortunately for Fusion Warrior, that part of the game is right here at Ganon. And to make matters worse now, arrow count is starting to become a concern.
Yeah. Yeah, we have basically 2 more attempts at missing or like dying or falling at the 3rd hit, and then we have 4 arrows left. So gotta be careful here. Oh, Fusion gets caught up there in that top left corner with the bats, but opts to use the Burna. I think they still have 1 potion. Yeah. And we are in the last phase once more. Double hit here. Fusion did not get the portrait
Come on, man.
health magic. 2 more hits. 1 more hit. Ah, misses the sword swipe.
But that hit didn't, well, that hit wasn't the worst hit to take.
Yeah, if you use a weapon while getting hit by the fire bat.
Oh, no, not again.
Boy.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, as I was about to say, and that happened here, if you move while Ganon hits you, you get knocked back. If you stand still when you get hit by a fire bat, then you don't take any knockback. So, and sadly, Fusion just was walking there to swipe at Ganon when the fire bat hit them. So.
This is about as painful as a half inning of baseball that just does not end after like 20 minutes.
Meanwhile, we have in 15th place, finishing with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 36 minutes, 33 seconds. Alrighty, man. Yeah, arrow count is starting to dwindle as well. We have 5 more left. So we can, Fusion can miss 1 shot. I'm not sure if using that burn-up was a good idea, because we do not have... I don't think Fusion has any more potions left, so we'll have to be very conservative with the magic there.
Just avoided walking into the fire there.
Yeah, and we're getting the phase 4 here. Oh, you misses the torch glitch and
And then
body
gets
blocked.
blocked by... Yeah, that looked more like the, that looked more like the fire rod hit him someplace you don't want to get hit.
Oh, okay, phew. There is a potion left. Thank goodness. The clutch blow potion there. So 3 arrows, and I think 1 was missed.
Oh no,
but it
second
counts.
was missed, so now it's 1 arrow and 3 spins.
I'm not sure if the... Are you sure that 1 missed? I'm not sure.
Yeah, one of them just clanked right in the cannon.
Oh,
You're
no!
gonna have to go to sword. You're gonna have to go to Master Sword spins. There is no choice here.
Yeah. I hope Fusion knows how to do it.
Looks like it. But gets bodied.
Yeah, the torches are very distinct now, so it's gonna be hard to,
Okay, I think they're in a better sync pattern. No, that was early.
and torch go out again.
And Fusion Warrior, what are you doing? Don't give up now. Do not give up now.
Fusion
Takes a
sadly
dive.
has not only takes a death, but has forfeited from the race. Apparently, they have been in pain on their thumb for a while now, so. But still, GG's for sticking it out so long and
Agreed.
trying their very best.
Yeah, they certainly did their absolute best tonight. Give all of our runners a follow. They definitely deserved it with not only the show they put on, but the effort and the heart they showed as well. Because even when things don't work out sometimes in life, when that happens, you just get right back up and keep going. And with that, we are joined by Fusion Warrior. GG's.
Hello and GG.
There,
Hi,
Mike.
yeah, thanks. Sorry about that. I tried. Hold on, let me stop streaming so this doesn't echo. Second. Yeah. I suffer from Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and I've played a few too many randos today, and whew, my thumb is done. I overdid it.
Overdid it? Well, that's unfortunate. What syndrome is it called? I've not heard of it before, to be honest.
Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. It's a hypermobility genetic disorder that causes most commonly double jointedness, but chronic pain, other issues as well. It's not fun.
Yeah, I don't have that, but I have a similar issue with my joints where if I use my thing, it's too much holding a pad, then I start having excruciating pain. So completely understandable that you decided to just throw in a towel there.
I mean, once I try to do the silverless strats at the end there, but I just
Yeah, it happens. And for me, my biggest joint issue is shoulder related from a mishap that happened. Well, it is what it is, and you put up one heck of an effort.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
So anyway, thoughts on the seed overall?
It was honestly, of the seeds I played today, it was the best one. It's the least aggravating. Between trying to do a cross keys when I've never even done cross worlds before, just for fun, And then a private seed with Ancient Gamer. It was very, very difficult.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, Ulman Sunshine saying you basically jumped into the fire there. Yeah, that is for not having if you've never done cross keys before, like either Keysanity or Crossworlds before.
Oh, I've done lots of Keysanities. It's the Crossworld I've never done.
Right. Yeah, but that combined with Keysanity, if you've never done Crossworlds before, that's rough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, honestly, I've said it before, but like other than the bow on Trinix and mostly the bombos on Mothula, this thing was actually pretty comfy.
Yeah, no, that moth holding that item, like I was hoping not to go back there. I was hoping not to go there in the first place.
Yeah.
Huh. I know that game. I know the people who made Yump. Cool.
Is this a ROM hack Proton John played, or
I don't know, but it's
maybe this is one he didn't play?
No, Raocow is the one who plays this, and oh my goodness, this there is a really, really, really bad level in this. Yeah, and the worst part, it's mandatory. Yeah, it's basically, it's not Kaizo, but it's memes. Yeah, not fun.
Right. So, I think we should think about starting to wrap up here. It's been almost 3 hours.
Yeah. Sorry about it.
No. It's absolutely not your fault. Like, I mean, especially considering you've been doing this while in pain, so perfectly fine. But all good things and everything. So, thank you, Fusion Warrior, for being on the restream. All the other restream runners as well, of course, and also the non-restream runners. So thank you to all of you. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you to our trackers, Mr. Broadstone and Revolving Ocelot, for keeping us up to date with item and dungeon progression. And of course, thank you for co-commentating the race with me, Leslie Crow.
Thanks for being on Co-Comrade. GG's, everybody. GG for sticking it out, Fusion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll be honest, for not being able to commentate for a couple of weeks due to coming down with something, feels good to be back. Even though it still doesn't sound like I'm 100%, I still got it, folks. And I'm glad to be back. So any final thoughts on the seed, Red?
Well, I was gonna say make sure to give all of our runners a follow for their great performance, and make sure to also follow the trackers and Leslie Pro. If you don't follow me, that's okay. I don't really stream all that much anyway. And my final thoughts on the seed, man, this bombos.
That bombos bombed.
Yeah,
that's all I'm gonna say about that.
Yeah, it really did. Thank you everybody for watching, and we'll see you next rando tomorrow at 2 p.m.
Have a good night, everybody. Take care. We'll see you next time.